Here we go. Share screen. And then we're going to go into Canva. That's where our recording is, or our PDF is. Okay. I just want to make sure that this is indeed recording. Let's see here. Record. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Okay, so this info call is all about robotics and ecology, which I'm really excited about. While it's how do we present this? Here we go. While robotics and ecology is a new course for Worldschool Mexico, the people who are running it all have experience in the world of education and in their particular field of either robotics or something related to the world of ecology. We'll have a couple other classes within the course as well, supplementary sort of, not electives, but extras, which are part of the philosophy of Worldschool Mexico is to create a Spanish immersion experience out of our courses for the families who join us so that the kids can really benefit from actual cultural immersion and language immersion and come out of it speaking even more. So, but first we'll cover a little introduction here about what we're doing. So from early September through the end of November, I think it's September 7th to November 30th, this program we're bringing in something that's just not a traditional school program, which world schoolers appreciate and are looking for, and we love too. It's an immersive living classroom where technology meets nature, and it's highly collaborative. The kids will be working in teams, and they'll also be working with both international and local students. So there's a lot of intercultural opportunity here for the kids to learn and make friends with children who live here in San Miguel de Allende, and also get even more Spanish exposure through the social side of this program as well. And in my opinion, and in the opinion of the team who developed this alongside me, I have to be honest, the people who developed it were Mexican people. We were all sitting at a table, and I was just there saying, yes, 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 I love this idea. Let's keep going with this with this creative leg. And they really brought in their passion and expertise, and that's how this came to life. But we all think that it's really important and relevant, deeply relevant to the current state of the world and future industries. I'm not sure if folks have heard about this, but I've recently read some some articles written by scientists who are saying that weather patterns are projected to change within the next 20 to 30 years in a very severe way, making agriculture, which will impact agriculture beyond what most people imagine. And so bringing science in here to provide fresh and nutritious food, along with the teaching the importance of food sovereignty and knowing how to grow our own food and knowing how to work with the earth and plant life in general. These are all very relevant and deeply important for the coming decades. And so while we're not necessarily a preparatory school per se, we're beginning to develop programs that are preparing young minds for sustainable futures. And that's what we're passionate about. And this is one leg of that philosophy coming to life, which we're really excited about. We're also bringing in elements of design and community into this program. So getting children to use both their right and left brains and working alongside others, teamwork, developing teamwork skills, communication skills, analytical thought processes. All of these are a part of the program and a big focus of what we're doing. And they will actively be building systems that grow food and manage water and respond intelligently to environmental conditions. So this is not just a sit down and learn about robotics or read about plants or just get your hands in the dirt or tinker around a bit in the lab. This is an actual living, live laboratory, classroom kind of real life experience where they're actually implementing the education that they're receiving as a means to the end of a grand final project, which will be a positive contribution to the local community as well. So just a little bit on the bottom there, why are we offering this? We really believe that technology and nature can work in harmony and need to work in harmony for a positive future for humanity. And so we really believe in sharing this knowledge and fusing these intelligences together to help the youngest citizens of the world cultivate their own mastery and expertise. And the younger, the better. So just a little look into the benefits of hydroponic farming. We're teaching in this course, we're teaching how the children how to build a hydroponic nursery. We already have the nursery. We already have all of the tools that we need. And so they will be on site building out a hydroponic nursery and learning efficient water usage, uh, how plants and food in this environment grow more quickly, the the importance of space efficiency, and this is where design comes in as well, and the fact that this can generate year-round production. So we're not necessarily dependent on weather patterns with hydroponic farming in nurseries or greenhouses. We're able to control the environment to the extent that we can also control somewhat the outcome, right? So we have projected yields coming out of this. So those are some of the benefits of hydroponic farming. And as I mentioned earlier, the importance of food sovereignty, both to the local and international families, is something that we want to share. We believe that the closer we are to the sources of our food, the better it is for community health, for individual and community health. There are many children who don't know which vegetable grows on a vine or under the ground, or which fruits on a tree or otherwise. They've never seen it in real life, and one of the advantages of having this program in San Miguel de Allende, which is in the state of Guanajuato, is that this is an agricultural powerhouse of Mexico, from which a lot of produce gets exported around the world. So there is a living, breathing culture of closeness to the earth and closeness to our food sources. And it is the people who live here have a general appreciation for that and are, salt of the earth type. So it's a program that is not out of place, and there are real other real life experiences that children can get exposed to in the region, which will supplement and support their educational journey. So as I mentioned, it takes place in San Miguel de Allende. We have three different locations where the educational experiences will be taking place. First is Trino Restaurante, which is our family-run restaurant. My husband is Oaxacan, and his father has been in the industry of the culinary industry for decades. And we were just rated the best new restaurant in the city, among over 600. So it was a real honor. Well, not 600 new restaurants, but we were number 9 out of 600 as well. So we won 2 spots in that competition. Our food is great. The quality of service is amazing. They also provide all the lunches and the community dinner that we'll have to kick off the experience in September. It's an ecological property. It's about a 35-minute walk from the center, which you can see here in the top right corner. That's the famous parroquia of San Miguel. Really beautiful. And the whole town has this old colonial charm to it. It's very well maintained, and it's a beautiful place to stay for a while. People usually want to come back or want to relocate completely frequently. I shouldn't say usually, but frequently. So Trino is where the majority of the classes will be held. And we are close enough to all the conveniences. You can walk to a grocery store in 15 minutes. You can walk to a pet food store in 10. There's dentists and doctors in the neighborhood. Yet we have all the benefits of having a natural sanctuary. We're just on the edge of a more modern development in what is called Pantoja Ecológica, and it's an ecological zone basically. So we're just there. We're the first property that welcomes you into that ecological zone. You'll see, I think, another picture or two of it later in the presentation. And this is the home site of Worldschool Mexico. So this is where we do the majority of our learning. Now, our partners in the robotics world is Divert Robots. Divertido is fun in Spanish, so this is like fun robots. It's a bit of a play on words. They are a 15-minute walk from our campus and probably 5 to 10 from the recommended zone of accommodations that I send most families to. So accommodations are kind of in the midpoint of these two locations. Highly walkable neighborhood. We're technically in the same neighborhood and very spacious. They're in a kind of a converted residential building that's very open and cool. And they have multiple classrooms and all the tools that the kids will need to learn and to execute their goals, plus a very passionate team of robotics experts. They're consistently in competitions, and actually Mexico just won an award, I think in China in a robotics competition, uh, first place. So Mexico is kind of on the leading edge, I guess you can say, of robotics education, and these folks really take what they're doing seriously, of course, with a dash of fun in there as well. They use Legos and all sorts of other um, auxiliary parts to make things more engaging for the kids. And they've already done this nursery project. They've run a prototype for it as well, so they know exactly what they're leading the kids through. And so it should be a seamless learning experience and implementation process as well. Now, the third part is San Miguel Centro, which again is up here in the right corner. It's, like I said, full of history and charm. The architecture is amazing. The kids will go out on regular educational excursions in the heart of town at some of the most interesting locations, at art universities, galleries here in the central where the parroquia is, and they will be learning about the history of town and the culture, the local culture. They'll go to markets and things like that as well. They'll be led by a Spanish speaking guide, and they will have bilingual printouts. So the Spanish speaking guide speaks a bit of English as well, so can translate when absolutely necessary. But again, the point here is to give the children a Spanish immersion experience that also is an educational experience where they learn directly through the spaces that they're in this case, Central. So that's one of those supplementary experiences that are a part of the program in the fall that takes them out of robotics and ecology, gets their brain into a different environment and gives them a different experience, hits the reset button a little bit or the refresh button. And it's fun. It'll be fun. And they'll have lunch out on those days. So what will they learn in robotics? So Divert Robots is a very well respected and very much in demand school. It's very hard to get in touch with them sometimes. It took me a couple of months to really flesh out this program over, and in those couple of months, we only spoke maybe 4 times because they were in competition mode, but also because they have a big class schedule that gets full. So people love them, and they specialize in STEM learning for young folks. They're very excited to welcome the group that is primarily 8 and up. If we have some kids that are younger that are maybe already well versed in robotics, or on the mature end in their learning of these types of sciences, then we might be able to let them into the class. I've also informed a mama who contacted me with a 6-year-old that if we receive enough interest from children under 8, we can carve out a cohort, especially for the younger kids. So, but this program, as it stands right now, is primarily open to children 8 and over. like I said, if we get enough interest from a younger group, we need probably 3 or 4 kids under the age of 8. We can create their own little cohort as well. But what they'll be learning then is the application of electronics through through construction of real circuitry. So, like I said earlier, this is not just a read it out of a book or play around kind of robotics experience. This is a course where the children will learn how to create real applied circuitry and use the technology to create something real in real life. They'll also hone their logical thinking processes and problem solving skills, plus their teamwork skills, along with automated programming skills and the development of irrigation systems. So a lot of really important skills here. A lot of things the brain can really crunch on for 12 weeks and hopefully come out with a deeper knowledge and understanding and confidence of what they can do in this world of robotics and ecology. What else do we have here? Yes, so here is a picture of Trino or Villa Pajaritos. It is a compound series with a series of buildings on it. This is the main cabana. As you can see, we have a really picturesque mountainous background. That is pretty much how it looks today. And on the right side of the cabin over here, there is where the restaurant is and the garden where they eat their lunches. It's protected by this large mesquite tree. The food is Mexican food. We do accommodate for allergies and needs. Picky children sometimes have a hard time eating. So if you have an extra picky child when it comes to food, we recommend sending along a little bit of snack or something that you know will satisfy them, especially when we're feeding groups of children. It's difficult to take on too many preferences, but allergies we definitely accommodate for. So if you do end up registering, you'll be sent out an enrollment questionnaire, and after confirming, and in there you will see a space where you can list allergies. Of course, if you're like vegetarian, for example, that is something we also accommodate. So don't worry about that. All of the core activities will be held on this property. So this is not the extent of the property. We also have another parcel of land where we do things like eco lab and horseback riding. Horseback riding is not included in this the packages with this program, but it is something that we can bring in if you want your children to have private or even group lessons with other children. We can arrange that. We're close to many ranches with horses, and we have a dedicated, experienced children's horseback riding teacher who we love to work with and who's very trustworthy. So we have room for all of these things on our property. And like I said earlier, the robotics classes and the excursions take place off-site, but the majority of things are happening here. So what things happen here? We have the learning kitchen where in some semesters we have cooking classes. Those are also things that you can book apart from the main program focus. This fall we don't have cooking classes on the schedule. I don't think. I need to double check. Well, we have a slide for that coming up. We have multiple outdoor play areas. We have the dining garden, as I mentioned, and indoor and outdoor learning spaces. Sorry about the typos, you guys. I'm not sure what happened there. I think I was taking care of my 10.5-month-old while trying to write this. And sometimes things turn out that way. So, but you understand what it is that I'm sharing with you here. We have indoor and outdoor spaces, the Eco Lab workshop, which is down in the building area, a little bit of a 3-minute walk from the cabin. And that would be considered part of the real life work sites where the children can learn from real professionals. So there's a lot of spaces, and all of the teachers who are teaching here are professionals in their field, which for me is a really important point. So the property is family owned and family run, giving us an experience of a true family and tribal like feel. That's one thing that people really love when they come to us is the intimacy, the intimate feeling, and the community feeling that naturally unfolds on our property because it's family run and because it's run in a tribal way. Everyone looks after one another and everyone works as a team and eats together as well, the staff included. They don't necessarily eat while the kids are eating because that's not feasible, but they all eat together and they work like a family. And it's a really wonderful cultural highlight as well. It's not something that is as well maintained in other countries. I've lived in the States, I've lived in Australia, I've lived in Morocco. Morocco has a bit of that, but the USA and Australia don't tend to emphasize the importance of a tribal or family culture in a working space, in a productive space, whereas we do benefit from that here and we get to see how that impacts daily life and mentalities. So here's some of the course highlights. And you can see here, yeah, there is no cooking planned for fall, but again, that's something that we could bring in. This on the bottom left is my husband who teaches the Eco Lab Kids, which is the ecological construction and building lab, which we will have in the fall. It's hugely popular. And we're also bringing art into that. So there might be more like eco sculpture to play with as well here. Um, so besides weekly robotics classes and biodynamic gardening classes, which are the core classes of this particular course, we've put together quite a robust agenda for students and their families alike. So I will also have parents only and family friendly suggested activities to share with those of you who sign up. That is a kind of a separate thing from the course and the info call itself, but I do generally send out a list of suggested activities and get-togethers where families can get together outside of the course and continue to develop relationships and connections. So the classes are Monday through Friday, 10 to 2, and that includes the lunch hour in there as well and a bit of free time. Um, and they include all of these classes that you see here. So twice weekly Spanish classes, plus classes taught in Spanish. Of course, again, our teachers are bilingual, so when translation is absolutely necessary, that is there. The Ecolab Kids class will be on along with herbalism and herbal medicine classes. We'll have some specialists, a specialist teaching that class, someone who runs a business and is very lovely, bilingual, and has a child herself and is great with children. And then the, excuse me, guided cultural and historical tours that I mentioned earlier. Along with this, we're going to have freestyle homework labs. So we'll have tutors in-house twice a week. They get 2-hour labs with these tutors to get their homework done. So this is something that we're doing that's new, and it was based on feedback from one of the fathers from our last cohort. He said he would really love if we could help out with some of the classwork or the homeschooling work that the children need to knock out during the week, as it can feel like pulling teeth at home. So we are bringing tutors onto the team that specialize in languages and social sciences, and also math and I guess the hard sciences, not the soft sciences. um, and these tutors will come on separate days, and the children will receive support from them. So it's a freestyle homework lab, so they can bring in whatever they're working on in the moment and get the support of the tutor who's present there. And this is 2 hours long, and it'll be taking place at Trino as well. So as mentioned earlier, the guided tours are also primarily in Spanish with the written English support guides and activities. So they have like a whole activity book per tour, and they're really cute, and they can get colored in later if they want to, which is nice. And then the Spanish classes are tailored to the level of all the students participating. So we typically create in the same way that the property is run in a tribe or family culture like way. We also create a tight-knit support culture amongst the kids. Sometimes we have more advanced Spanish speakers, and sometimes we have brand new beginners. Typically, the advanced ones are the ones who are like helpers or assistants or leaders in the class, while the newer ones benefit from exposure to the ones who are more advanced and get a little extra time um, to practice and lots of extra patience as well. We throw in occasional yoga classes. We have a wonderful yoga teacher who I love and who comes in as frequently as she possibly can. That is something we don't put on the schedule, but we do offer when it's available at no extra cost. So that will happen over the course of the 3 months. Usually it's 2 or 3 times a month. So just know that that's a part of what we like to do. It's not, none of this obviously is mandatory, but all of it is encouraged. Yeah. So the yoga classes will be included. And then we have a community dinner in month 1. And as mentioned earlier, lunches are provided Monday through Friday. Here's a little bit of a team intro. So I'm here at the end with my little baby. She's 10 and a half months old now. Here she was like 6 months old. This is my husband. He's at the beginning. This is our restaurant team. And this is our biodynamic agriculture specialist, Vivian Pina. Everyone is very passionate about what they do and has years of experience in what they're doing. They love what they do and they love kids. Absolutely everyone that we are super fortunate because everyone we work with loves children, loves what they do, and as a result, children really stay engaged and love coming and sometimes don't want to leave our campus. So we have a beautiful team, and they do a range of things. There's a little written intro down here, but I just wanted to introduce us as a little group. And then of course we have the Spanish teacher, we have the excursions guide. The robotics team is not on here. This is just the Worldschool Mexico kind of core team, the folks who have been here, been with us since the beginning, and really contribute to the shaping of the culture and the curriculum that we love to offer. See what else. Accommodations. This is just something that I love to throw in to create a visual and an understanding for you all who are taking into consideration coming to Worldschool Mexico. For maximum convenience, I recommend booking Airbnb rentals in La Lejona, which is right around here. We're over here in the bottom right corner. Right here where this little leaf is, this area is full of gated communities. They have lots of different amenities. I think all of them have pools. Some of them have like tennis courts, saunas and gyms, etc. So you have a range of things to choose from here. And then over here is Divert Robots. So you can see that we're pretty equidistant from the gated communities. And also around Divert Robots is a great place to book like a freestanding home. So if you want something larger or something outside of a gated community, that's a great place to look. A secondary area would be in Los Frailes, which is still walkable, although it is a slightly longer walk. This, even from here to us, is probably a 20-minute walk if you're a quick walker. And then Los Frailes goes further back, so further to the left. The neighborhood's really big. If you want to look up where we're located on Google Maps for reference when you're booking, look up Trino Restaurante, and that's exactly where we are. And then you can see how far, more or less, you will be staying. And so if you're going to need a taxi, Uber, or if you can really do the walk. Okay, 2-bedroom homes are around 12 to 1500 USD per month, typically. In the fall, yeah, they're probably on the higher side because we start to get into higher demand, like the higher season. Technically, high season starts, it's primarily in the late winter, early spring, but the fall is also big because Dia de Muertos is huge in San Miguel. So that's a really wonderful cultural experience to be had here during the time of the course. In late October, early November, Dia de Muertos happens and it takes over the city and it's spectacular. There's a parade, lots of parties, there's lots of face painting to be had, lots of ofrendas, which are the altars to be to be absorbed and learned from. And the city government contributes and organizes quite a lot to the overall experience. And we love to participate as well. So we do things on campus um, to highlight the occasion and to honor the occasion. And it's a very important holiday for my husband. It's his favorite, and for his family as well, as they are Mexican, and it's part of Mexican culture. So that's kind of a side note. It's huge in San Miguel. It's beautiful, very family friendly, lots to do. There will be ample things to partake in around those dates that I mentioned. And so if you do plan on coming, I recommend booking your accommodations earlier versus later. Because why? Because they get booked up quickly. Because this is a wonderful destination. People come from around the world. Okay, so that's a little bit about accommodations and a side note about the season. And here's a bit about the packaging and the prices. So the full 12-week semester package is 30,000 Mexican pesos, which I think lands around 1,700 US right now. That's for 12 weeks, Monday through Friday, 10 to 2, lunches included, all your excursions and things included as well. Plus the really special community dinner that we love, 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 love to host. It's very fun for everyone who comes. And for those of you who want a shorter commitment, so if you can't do the 12-week commitment, the 4 weeks is our minimum now, and the cost of the 4 week program is 11,500 pesos. Okay, so that also includes everything, lunches, Monday to Friday, 10 to 2, and whatever excursions are happening during that 4 week course. As mentioned earlier, I do send out additional suggested family and adult only activities that you can benefit from, so you don't have to go trying to find things and plan things. That takes a lot of time, I know, and we're pretty well connected with the activities in town, so we try to make it easy for you. Extra tutoring hours, nannies and babysitters, shuttles, and other services, all of that stuff I can help you with. I've got great references. Um, and so you just need to be in touch with me directly if you need help with that, which you would be anyways if you're registering. Okay, so the program starts September 7th, ends November 30th. That covers the 12-week package. If you want to sign up for a 4 week package, the start dates are September 7th, October 5th, or November 2nd. Okay. We do have limited enrollment. This is for the 12-week semester package of up to 15 students. We have received a ton of interest in this program. That doesn't always mean a complete conversion to the 12-week package, of course, but people have been contacting me already for over 2 months about this, and there are a lot of people ready to sign up for the full thing. So if you're serious, please be in touch with me with any questions whatsoever, or your readiness to sign up. There's going to be a Q&A at the end of this as well. And then a 50% deposit is required to confirm your spot. Okay, so that the rest is paid in late July. Alrighty, so there's a little bit about that. Thank you so much. Here's my contact, so you can reach me on WhatsApp or iMessage at 916-890-8224. You can email me at hola@worldschoolmexico.com or check out our website, worldschoolmexico.com, and we're in San Miguel de Allende, which has been rated the friendliest and most beautiful city in the world in recent years via Condé Nast and Traveler's Choice. So we're very proud of that. We hope you take advantage of our beautiful reputation. And I got to figure out how to stop the screen here. Give me just a moment, the screen share, and we're going to open up for questions. However, I am going to continue recording this. All right, so if you don't want your face to pop up on the recording, but you want to ask questions, just leave your camera off and unmute yourself. Okay, questions, green light. Anyone?
Yes, I have a quick question. I have a son that's going to be 7.
Hmm?
You said if there was other interest, you'd be able to
There
do
is.
younger kids. So
Yes.
would there be an additional cost for that
No,
package?
it would be the same package price. Yeah, it would be the same package price. Mhm.
Okay.
And there is another child already interested. I think there's two. I just have to follow up on that. So I'm kind of gathering interest and then I can confirm with parents what the numbers look like.
Okay.
Mhm. Thanks,
Um,
Chad. Danielle, did you have a question?
I do. We will have an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old at the time of the start of the programs.
Mhm.
And would you be able to convert those peso currency price to USD one more time?
Sure. Let me do it. Let me just pull it up on my phone here quickly. And I can give you, are you looking at the 12 week or the 4 week, or do you want both?
I'd like both, please.
Okay. Yeah, the 12 week is 1725 US right now. That's what it's converting to. And then the 4 week is 661.
Okay, and the 50% deposit, that's for the 4 week and the 3 month, or I'm sorry, for both programs, just in case
Yeah,
if we decide, okay. All
yeah, that's
right.
correct. Hmm. Do you have another question?
No, that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Chantel, Jude, do either of you have questions?
Yes, thanks so much for the information. Quick question about parents who might be working remote about the Wi-Fi and how dependable or how good that is in your experience.
Okay, so that's a two-part answer. We have Starlink internet on our property, which you're welcome to take advantage of. A lot of parents would like to stay present physically when the kids are with us, at least part-time. And the Starlink internet is included with the package price, and that is highly reliable. And then we have also the question of your internet connection at your accommodations. Um, Mexico in general, I would say, is fairly reliable, and the internet service in San Miguel de Allende is improving in quality because of the demand. So the companies are doing their best to meet that demand. However, there are occasional power outages and a pole gets knocked over, just like anywhere else really. But especially I think because of the heat here, we can get power outages, although I notice that they mostly happen at night. So that shouldn't affect a work schedule too much, depending on what time zone you're working in. But in general, I have not heard of parents having major issues with internet, and we provide Starlink on property, which is great. So that is my two-part answer. Does that give you what you need?
Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
You're welcome, Jude. Anything else? No, you muted yourself.
Oh, that's it for me.
Okay. Anything else popping into your brilliant minds? Anyone?
This is Chantal. I do have a quick one. Did I? Um,
Okay.
okay, hi. So, okay, I see that the 3, 4 week start dates, and I assume that's like, so it goes September 7th to October 7th or October 5th to November 5th. It's like a straight 4 week-ish in terms of,
It is 4 weeks, but it doesn't always look like a full calendar month, right? Because
okay,
those are usually
yeah,
30 to 31 days. So I wouldn't say it's the 7th to the 7th, the 5th to the 5th. It's around that, but it is literally a 4 week block of time.
okay, okay, great.
Hmm.
I missed the first half, so I'll go back and listen to the recording so I don't waste time asking questions you answered.
Well, feel free to ask questions just in case I didn't answer them. The first half was primarily an introduction to the program, um, and who we are, I think. So is there anything outside of like what does the program look like that you have questions about? Is there something else?
Yeah, you just mentioned something about about parents being on site. Is that so? Are you saying that from that 10 to 1, 10 to 2 period, it's common or it's welcome for parents to like be there for the school day? Is that what you meant by that?
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and sometimes parents, especially with this project, I have a lot of parents who are interested in participating themselves. So of
Mhm.
course I think we don't have The nursery is not humongous, so we can't fit like every single parent. But if there's a few parents who want to come and even participate in the installation, for example, or if you're just wondering about being present in the garden, getting some work done, yes, that's very common and it's welcome. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. And so there's sort of some kind of co-work space for, say, if I wanted to come be part of the morning and then I had some work to do, is there somewhere I could bring my computer and work like on the school campus site? Is that what you meant?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a restaurant where and it has there's a dining garden and that's where the kids do lunches. We have about 10 tables there. We do ask parents to gather at one table because sometimes we're also serving restaurant customers independent of the school, so we don't want to take up all of the tables.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have that area. It's you can't take I mean you can. There are places where you can go and sneak away for like a quiet meeting if you need to, but it's not a guarantee. And I always tell parents to ask me 24 hours ahead of time just to make sure that we can accommodate you as well as possible, or just be aware that there's typically some background noise. It's not a lot. The most background noise is when the kids come for lunch, and that is in this case from like it would be from like 11:30 to 12:30 daily,
Mhm.
when the whole group comes in, you know. Otherwise, the restaurant is running in a generally peaceful way. A lot of people consider our property to be a bit of a sanctuary. We've got a really beautiful lush garden space, really high level of service, not a lot of loud things going on. So it's a nice and peaceful place to gather. Mm.
Cool. Thank you. I had one more question, but I forgot it, so I'll just email you.
Okay. Thanks, Chantel. Danielle, do you have another question?
I do. You mentioned workload, like the classroom workload. Are the teachers sending the students home with homework?
No.
Or I don't know, was it the homework lab? What's
Homework lab. Let me explain that a little bit more.
okay.
That is so a lot of families world school, but do have their children enrolled in like online academics programs. So
Right,
they get
right.
their math, language, etc. in, you know.
Okay, okay,
And the homework lab is designed to be supportive of the family's needs around getting that work done. So
okay.
we're not assigning extra work. What we're doing is saying, send your kids over with their homework that you've got them enrolled in an external program and we'll help them out as best as we can in those 2 hour time chunks. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you. That sounds great. Thank you.
Okay,
I wasn't
sure.
sure if you were referring to sending kids home with work and, we had to help them
No,
out with that. Okay. Yeah,
no,
that sounds
no.
awesome.
Nothing around here.
Yeah. And then what's that rainy season? The fall, is it still considered rainy season there?
Not typically. Actually, our rainy season seems to have already started. It started early. Generally, it starts late May to June,
Okay.
and then you can still get some showers September, October, but it's not like daily or every other day the way it is through the summer. Typically,
Okay.
it is summer is our rainy season here.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I remembered my last question. Is that all right? We have space?
Please, yes, please, please.
Okay, you may have also already covered this, but the piece about the language, the primary language being spoken just in the main day-to-day classes, is that English or Spanish?
We try to do it as much as possible in Spanish,
Okay.
so that the kids get the benefits of that exposure. However, all of the teachers are bilingual and capable of translating when necessary.
All right.
And they do have 2 Spanish classes per week.
Okay, great. Yeah, my daughter's 5.5 and she doesn't have much Spanish immersion yet in her life, but she's also 5.5, so she can learn quickly. So thanks for answering.
Absolutely. It's a great age to start learning. They do tend to absorb and repeat quickly. Chad, I noticed you unmuted yourself and muted yourself again. Did you have a question? Has it been answered? Was that about something else?
I was just going to ask about this presentation of where we can find it again.
Oh, you'll get an email. Everyone
Okay,
who's registered for the call will get an email with the link to the recording, instructions for first steps for registration, all that good stuff. And then from there, if you have any questions, you can just reply back directly.
excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else, guys? No.
It for me.
Chad?
Nope, all set.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you all for joining, and I look forward to being in touch. Please, with any questions at all, feel free to write me on WhatsApp or email me. Don't be shy. And the email should get sent out within the next hour or so once the recording is uploaded. And I really appreciate your presence, your questions, your interest, and what you're doing with your children and with the world. It's such a cool and impactful movement. So we're very much happy to be a part of this. And the team here at Worldschool Mexico, we give as much as we can with a lot of love and passion. And we have some verifiable geniuses on the team. So I would love for you to come and benefit from that. If not this fall, we have ongoing programs through next year and following years as well. So this is not the only opportunity to join us, okay? It was great to chat with you all. Didn't get to see any of you, but maybe I will in the near future. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for taking your time to be here, and we'll be in touch soon.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks, everyone.